All right, I'm live. I want to say, based on the LinkedIn provider, please look through past LinkedIn posts regarding past projects that Blackfish was actually a part of and help me update our podcast talk track to make sure we're developing and asking questions that are optimized for GEO and LMO while bringing forth questions that are relevant for affordable housing developers and investors. Got it. All right. Let's see. Whole information. Pipeline. So there's a bunch of properties in here. Project. Look at all the properties in here. Okay. What made you pivot from consulting to affordable housing development? From consulting. Yeah, I like that one. That's a pretty good one. Let me make sure I update that. So I like that one. I think it's a great segue to help someone understand why did you go from a W-2 job to real estate, even like real estate development. I think that's a really great strategy. What does your current profile look like? That's good. Let's talk about some of your projects. Paul Scriber Lake. Unimix, okay. 255 unit project. Okay. Mixed use, mixed income. Mixed use, mixed income, mixed use, affordable. Okay. Other pieces of your financial stack. Okay. Partner on affordable workforce housing, experience with parcel characteristics. What tends to kill the deal before you start working? Small developers. Okay. Long-term perspective, rising housing costs. I think these are okay questions. Some of them are pretty generic. I think what we do is, I think we should kill the questions above about Apollo Scriber Lake and Apollo Edmonds and Apollo Bitter Lake. And instead, I think we should have questions specifically about what are the projects that he's working on right now that are mixed income, and what are the projects that he's working on right now that are live tech focused with a live tech execution approach, and other projects with a subsidized financing approach through Amazon, because I think it's very important for us to show the audience what it takes for a project to be financially feasible at this point and for it to pencil, given the circumstances and the market conditions right now. And I think it's very important for us to outline how Johnny and his team goes through and assesses what is the right unit mix, right? And what is the right and highest and best use of that property. So I think it would be good to get his perspective on what is the best approach for a certain market and how he's approaching building those relationships to even be afforded that opportunity to be worthy of getting access to that capital that he's getting access to now. And more importantly, we should ask questions about how does someone self-identify, whether or not they should look to partner with a developer to build more affordable housing. right? How do they know that they might have the right piece of land to partner or do a JV deal? Let's update the podcast talk track with questions like that. And please make sure we remove all the M dashes out of it to make sure it doesn't sound very AI generated for these questions. All right. So I'm updating all these questions because I think some of these were, yeah, they were specific, but at the same time, they were also very, I want to talk more current day. So that's why I'm updating all of these questions here. Visibility, boom, boom, boom. Upgrade podcast talk track. There we go. Can we please remove the section dividers from above? And anytime we have a question, can we please put back in the question mark above? And why is there a space between the numbers? Can we please remove that above? Just do the number and then the question. Okay. When you evaluate whether a project should go mixed income versus per LIHTC, when you look at a parcel, how do you decide what the rating makes? What drives your decision? One, boom, boom, boom. For your LIHTC projects, what does the capital stack look like today? How do you combine tax credit equity? That's all for $500. So you have access to programs like Only Fund. How did you build a relationship track record required to earn access to that kind of catalyst capital? When you evaluate a piece of land, things you check to know whether it's a viable affordable housing site. What is your checklist for zoning? Okay, great. I want to know the process for affordable housing. How can someone? Boom. All right, these are pretty good questions, but I'm probably changing them around. All right, so this is how you know how I generally begin to prepare for a conversation. And obviously, once I get into a conversation, it usually goes wherever it goes. But this usually helps me get a interviewee less nervous for a conversation. So this is why I like doing this. All right. Hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.